What stands out to me most about this conversation right now that I want everyone to understand is that it took you 18 years of pitching Amistad before you got a yes. You got 18 years of no. And you just said that Steven had the idea for West Side Story then.
Yes, that long ago.
That was also 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and reinvention is something that's so important. It's something I talk about. Reinvention is something that you and I are constantly engaged in with Grace.
Yes.
That is our journey. Everybody else involved in the making of the show, we are constantly on a journey of how do we continue to reinvent this show and give the show an evolution that's interesting to the audiences. But just to wrap up my last thought, 20 years, both thoughts. Debbie Allen, it took her 18 years of no's to get a yes on Amistad. And Steven Spielberg had been thinking about making West Side Story for 20 years. And neither one of them gave up on their passion for the idea. They kept going. So if you're passionate about ideas, then you have to stick to your truth and don't let a no ever get in your way.
That's such a great analogy, G. Of course you would think of that. I didn't even think of that till you said it. That's so beautiful. Yeah. You have to know when something is really in your heart and in your mind, it might take a little time. But, ideas are like your children. You never give up on your children. They're always your children. They're always your babies, even when they turn 40 and you're 70. That's where it is. So that's a really good analogy. Just stick with it and, get to that finish line, even if it takes a longer time.
Right, because it sounds cliche to say, but really is true. I guess cliches exist for a reason sometimes. It's about the journey.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately where you end up is important, but the journey is equally as important.
Yeah.
And that's important to remember, especially when I think times are super tough. It's important to remind yourself that things are happening for a reason. You're getting a no for a reason. Timing's not right.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's meant to be, it'll happen.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot to be said for perseverance and positivity and optimism, but also timing and what's meant to be are important things to always keep in mind as well.